Hi everyone, welcome to Value. Today we're looking at Virgin Galactic, a company that looks like a huge opportunity if they can actually fly in Q2 this year. So current share price is $3.50 and the market valuation is $962 million, which in a sense it values the Virgin Galactic at zero. Why does the market value this at zero, and how do I get zero? Well, firstly, if you look at the market valuation of $962 million and you minus off the cash value, basically the market doesn't value this company at all. Basically, if we take the cash position at the end of September, which was $1.1 billion, and then we look at the amount of money they're expected to burn, $120 to $130 million, you basically have that cash value. Basically, 1.1 billion minus about 130, and it roughly gives you around that 970 million, and basically that's cash value, right? So if you minus off the cash value, you literally have a business that's worth zero, which is incredibly crazy. But that's the kind of market we're in at the moment. It's also the same kind of perception that the market's perceives that this company is going to keep burning cash as well. So in a sense, it's lost the trust of the market. The market goes, are you just going to announce another delay? Because this company's been trying to fly for the last couple of years, and they just keep delaying and delaying and delaying. And I think the market's really sick of it, and the market's also distrusting because they go, if I buy it at $3.50, and there's no good news, the stock price continues to sink, and I don't want to waste my time, and I also don't want to lose money in the process. If we go like the last few days, it seems to have gone slowly upwards, but not really that much. But overall, the last month it's just trended downwards. The last 6 months trended majorly downwards. The last year, same story. As long as this company's not flying commercially, the stock price is going to suffer heavily. But the one thing that could just be a saving grace is the minute they announced the actual commercial launch, this stock's going to go flying. And it's a great opportunity because you're basically being able to buy these shares at the cash value, which is crazy for the amount of time that they've actually spent on this company, almost amounting to about 2 decades, and the billions of dollars that have just been sunk into this company as well. That is crazy as well. So for all the time and money, it's worth zero. And I'm baffled in a sense, but I can also see why the market is distrusting of this company because of the delays, the cash burn. It's crazy, but it's happening. It's reality, right? This is a stock market that we're in at the moment, and it potentially allows you to buy shares into a company at a really, really good price. Basically zero for the business. Of course, it can continue dropping because the market also perceives that, hey, they're going to continue to burn more cash, and potentially the stock could drop another $100 million, because the market goes, okay, you're launching Q2, so you're going to burn another 130 this quarter maybe, or the next quarter, and then potentially the share price could come even lower. But at this pricing, I think in the longer term, it's really, really good pricing, because if you believe in your project, which of course you probably want to or have to, or why buy the stock to begin with? Because if you don't believe in the project, it's going to zero, because if they never fly, and with the current cost structure that these guys have, they're not going to make it. But of course, if you believe that they can actually fly, which they have proven in the past on their test flights, but of course, when I mean flying, I mean commercially, that they have a sustainable business as well, because they got to prove that out, of course. Then this business has immense value if they can actually get into a commercial launch, which is right now, it's a cheap bet on this company. Of course, we'll find out in less than half a year's time whether this company is true to their word that they actually can get things going. If they do fly in Q2, we're potentially less than 6 months away from this company flying, and this stock potentially rocketing as well. Funny that this company is, the share price is literally like the company in a sense. Like, the share price rocketed back in 2021 to about $44. I think the peak was much higher, of course, but this is what the chart is showing us over this time anyway. And now it's basically back down to earth. Like, you've seen the stock fly, and then for the last at least 12 months, the stock has just been grounded. And literally, the stock will fly when the company flies. The irony of that, anyway. So I believe this is a good opportunity, particularly that the value of this company is valued at its cash value, meaning if it was a drop, like, it couldn't do too much worse, Of course, they can announce another delay. If they go, oh, we won't be flying until 2024, that would be crushing. That would really crush the share price. But, that's the risk of being in the market, I've got. But, of course, the reward is, if these guys announce they're going to fly, this stock price is back alive. This stock price is going up multiples. And that's the beauty of the stock market sometimes. You're compensated for the risk and that reward. And currently, based on what's happened in the past 2 years, the market perceives this as very risky, because they go, you've got a massive delay, you've got cash burn, you're getting competition from like Blue Origin, potentially competition from other companies if you don't hurry. But also, for all the time that it's taken to get here, it also proves that, hey, this is difficult to do. And if they can perfect it, they've got a good runway where they are, in control of a large part of this market share. Also, because they're also very good with catering with their experiences, whereas Blue Origin is more straightforward about it. Whereas Virgin Galactic's, their business model is around the experience, and they will, in that sense, they will get a good amount of customers for that itself. So Blue Origin won't be able to just tie up everything in that sense. But of course, Virgin Galactic at the same time actually has to get to the commercial launch. Like, once this company can, or even if they announce that they're close to commercial launch, this share price is going to do very well. So then this is kind of like the right timing, where you're not close enough to launch, but you're also not that far in terms of a waiting time. You're not like a year away, you're less than 6 months away, which, if the stock goes up by a good amount, it's better than a term deposit. It's better than other stocks right now in the market, which just keeps dropping, Of course, mind you, in that time it could still keep dropping. We don't actually know where this bottom of the stock is. This is literally a falling knife, which could continue to cut deeper and deeper. But at the current value, it just looks like really, really good value that potentially pays really well if they can actually get to that commercial launch, which I think we will find out in the next earnings date. As you see, it's around the middle or end of February. If that earnings date they announce that they're on track, then the stock price is going much, much higher than $3.50 for sure. So that's the kind of the reward, I guess. So right now, no one's interested in the stock. But in February, a lot of people could be interested in this stock. And by the middle of the year, the whole world could be interested in the stock if things go as it's planned, as how they've outlined. So as they say, this was of course back in November. They said on track to launch commercial services in Q2 2023, which is, that was a while back. So we haven't had any updates around how their progress is going, but I mean, I'll give the benefit of the doubt to the company, of course. You always really have to give the benefit of the doubt to the company. If you don't have the trust in the company, then you don't really want to touch the stock, because what's there left. But of course, I think Virgin Galactic's one of those companies that they do want to actually execute on what they promise, but sometimes they have to just focus on the safety aspect. They have to focus on making sure everything does work out well, because they can't afford any mishaps, particularly when it comes to sending people into space, which is already risky enough. So yeah, I think currently the stock looks like a very, very good opportunity. Looks very interesting by far. Like, definitely, if you're not interested in buying yet, definitely worth keeping on your watch list. Like, if this stock sinks any lower, it would just it just wouldn't make sense, like, in a sense, because like, for all the time and money they've spent on getting the company where it is right now, to value this company at 0 in terms of its actual enterprise value, because you minus the cash, and it is literally 0. Like, that is the bizarre thing. But you get this when it comes to this kind of market, when no one really is interested in the stock, and in a sense, that's when you want to buy. When no one's buying, that's when you want to be buying, and when everyone's buying, that's sort of the time when you want to be selling. But of course, it depends on your belief of the company, of course. That's what I think I really have to say about the company. I thought it a good time to be doing an update, because it is also potentially a good time to be purchasing as well. Until then, good luck investing, everyone.